Korea, long time no see! It was raining and we had too many bags to carry, so we ordered an Uber at the airport. FYI, if you come to Korea, your Uber app will turn into UT, which stands for Uber Taxi. If I remember correctly, Uber ceased operation in Korea back in 2019, but they must have negotiated and reached an agreement with the taxi companies to allow Uber to operate in Korea. It's probably a partnership between Uber and taxi companies, hence why it's called Uber Taxi. Unlike Canada and the US, all the Uber cars are electric and are the same models of vehicle. Oh, and there's no tipping in Korea, even with Uber Taxi. We ended up getting to our Airbnb near Myeongdong, and I was pretty impressed with our suite. The fridge was stocked with drinks, a dozen eggs, cereal, snacks, and even a welcome letter from our host. Now, I booked an appointment at a skincare and plastic surgery clinic in Korea that is very popular with foreigners. When I first got there, I was greeted by a sales consultant who made recommendations for treatments. I didn't end up doing anything, but Jason ended up picking a recommended package treatment for his pores. Now that I'm looking back at this experience, I want to note that we were not consulted by a medically licensed doctor. Jason has one last treatment left, which is an injection of wild salmon sperm DNA.
This is numbing cream on my face, I think.
It apparently has skin regenerating properties that are great for improving skin elasticity, removing acne scars, and tightening pores. I wanted Jason to opt out of this treatment, but the sales consultant insisted that Jason goes through with this.
Whatever it is, it hurts even now. I'm in so much pain.
It hurts a lot?
No.
Sure you wouldn't do this again?
No.
Even if it means they could become beautiful?
No.
Aww.
Like, and then he was like, he literally, before he did the other thing, he literally came to my ear. He was like, this is our most painful procedure, but you can do it. I was like, why would you tell me that? Why would you say it's the most painful? It actually hurts.
Oh no. Jason has a pretty high tolerance to pain, but this treatment really hurt him bad. He said it was like an 8 out of 10, with 10 being the worst pain. He described it as if the needle that was jabbed into his skin had a hook and it was being twisted inside his skin. I was actually looking for a salmon restaurant that I used to go to back when I was a university student, but I couldn't find it. So we're going to eat here instead. It looks like they won a lot of Michelin awards. Well, now I have high expectations. Since there are only 4 items on the menu, the server will quickly come to take your order. It's nice to eat something soupy and hot on a rainy day like this. For lunch, we went to eat 닭갈비 at a very well-known chain called Yugane.
Moisturizer in the morning, it still stings. Like, it feels like I have like 30 open wounds on my face. Okay. But it doesn't hurt like passively. Like yesterday, if I just sat there, it would just hurt. But today, like, it only hurts when I put stuff on.
I tried to convince Jason to go for a second round to actually see results, but he just wouldn't budge. Our Airbnb is close to Myeongdong, so we decided to buy some groceries while we were here, but everything is so expensive. These almonds are so popular. I've tried few of these flavors in Canada, but this store is on another level. You can find all the flavors here. Wow, the colors are so mesmerizing to look at. Next, I went to Oliveyoung to stock up on skincare. I only realized a bit later during my trip that they didn't give me any samples. Korea used to give out a lot of samples, especially in Myeongdong. They used to hand them out on the streets when you would pass by their stores. Now they don't do that anymore, and you really need to ask them to give you samples or else they won't give you anything. I learned it the hard way after my purchase at Oliveyoung. That is the biggest dollar store in Korea, called Daiso. If I remember correctly, it has 12 floors. Make sure to check it out if you visit Korea. I bought a bunch of sunscreen I want to try out, a skincare set for Jason, a cleanser, and some serums. My aunt couldn't wait to see me, so we're on our way to have dinner with her. Tonight, we are eating bulgogi with delicious side dishes. My aunt was so impressed at how well Jason can eat anything, but didn't exactly have the same reaction with me. She said I needed to lose weight and be under 50 kilograms.
아우 잘 먹으니까 좋다 제이슨이. 제이슨 술도 잘 마셔?
After dinner, we went to a cafe to talk about our plans in Korea and our future wedding. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jason and his addiction to rabbits. His Instagram feed is just full of rabbits these days. I am sure that Coco wouldn't like the fact that he's spending time checking out other rabbits. Why is it so hard to lose fat? Whenever I come to Korea, I spend a huge chunk of my time visiting my relatives, and today we are visiting my grandpa and my uncle. This restaurant in Jongno Samga has really good braised galbi. This is literally the spot where I meet my grandpa all the time. One of Jason's regrets to this day is not trying the braised galbi when I told him it's delicious here. My uncle was going to order some braised galbi, but I told him we already have too much food. Everything was so delicious, and Jason even said his stomach was literally going to explode. To digest the food, we decided to go for a walk and stopped by the Unhyeong Palace. This small royal palace is where the Emperor Kyochon and Empress Myeongdong got married. I think we missed the reenactment of the traditional wedding ceremony that was supposed to take place today. I'm gonna walk over there. Do you think you would have been able to fit? I became Jason's personal tour guide. I don't know much about the emperor, but I do know about the last empress of Korea. She's a pretty big historical figure. I remember learning about her in Korean history class about how she believed in gradual modernization using Western and Chinese help. She also took a very strong, firmer stance against Japanese influence, which sadly ended in her assassination by the Japanese. Her assassination became a turning point in the Korean history and is seen as a symbol of Korean resistance to Japanese imperialism. Wow, this whole building is kyochon? I love the self-serve system in Asia. It's actually so convenient that I can just do what I want without asking a server. We ordered the original flavor because I haven't had kyochon chicken in a long time. But I also think the original flavor just in general is the best. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.